Jai Hind everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want you to imagine a situation. You are standing on a remote mountain in Ladakh at an altitude of nearly 16,000 feet. The temperature is below minus 20 degrees Celsius. The wind is freezing, and the air is so thin that even breathing becomes difficult. There are no nearby reinforcements. There is very limited artillery support, and suddenly, in the distance, you see thousands of enemy soldiers advancing toward your position. But the soldiers defending that post are only 120 in number. Retreat would have been the easiest choice, but these soldiers chose something else. They chose to stand their ground and fight till their last breath. And the story I'm talking about today is the incredible story of the Battle of Rezang. The battle took place during the Sino-Indian War 1962 between India and China. In Ladakh, near the Chushul sector, there is a mountain pass called Rezang. This position was extremely important from a strategic point of view. If the enemy managed to capture Rezang, they could easily advance into the Chushul Valley, which would have made the situation much more dangerous for Indian forces. The responsibility to defend this difficult and isolated post was given to the C Company of the 13th Kumaon Regiment. Their commander was Major Shaitan Singh, a brave and determined officer of the Indian Army. But the soldiers at Rezang were facing serious challenges. They were positioned at a very high altitude with extremely harsh weather conditions, and they had limited heavy weapons and artillery support. Despite these challenges and difficulties, they prepared themselves to defend the post at any cost. On the night of 17 November 1962, the soldiers at Rezang began noticing unusual movement in the distance. Enemy forces were slowly approaching the area. In the early hours of 18 November 1962, the attack finally began. Thousands of Chinese soldiers advanced toward the Indian positions and launched a massive assault. The Indian soldiers were heavily outnumbered, but they didn't panic. Instead, they held their position and began defending the post with determination. The enemy launched wave after wave of attacks, trying to overwhelm the defenders. At several points, the battle turned into close combat, where the soldiers fought face to face. During the battle, Major Shaitan Singh displayed extraordinary courage and leadership. Instead of staying in a safe position, he moved from one post to another, encouraging his soldiers and coordinating the defense. He constantly motivated them to hold their ground and keep fighting. Even after being seriously wounded during the battle, he continued directing his men. His leadership played a crucial role in keeping the soldiers determined and united during the intense fighting. The soldiers of the 13th Kumaon Regiment continued fighting until their ammunition was almost exhausted. They refused to abandon their post. When the battlefield was later examined, a powerful and emotional sight was discovered. Many soldiers were found still holding their weapons, lying in the same positions where they had fought the enemy. Out of the 120 soldiers defending Rezang, 114 soldiers were martyred, but their resistance had inflicted heavy losses on the attacking forces and delayed their advance. For its exceptional bravery and leadership, Major Shaitan Singh was posthumously awarded India's highest military honor, the Param Vir Chakra. Now talking about why this battle matters. So the Battle of Rezang is remembered today as one of the most courageous stands in the Indian military history. It shows that sometimes the outcome of a battle is not defined by number alone. It is defined by courage, leadership, determination, and the willingness to sacrifice for the nation. And this battle represents the true spirit of the Indian Army. It teaches us the importance of duty before self, leadership under pressure, and unwavering courage. The story of Rezang reminds us that history is not only written by large armies, Sometimes it is written by a small group of brave soldiers who refused to give up. And the soldiers of Rajangla proved that true courage is not about numbers but about determination and sacrifice. Thank you. Jai Hind.